Hello, we're back for another one pack shell challenge, and let's randomize the pack we are working with today. So today it will be seasons with an A. Yeah, so let's see what we can do with seasons. We also need a number to see how many tiles we get to work with. So, yeah, let's start the randomization. 64. So 64 tiles, seasons. We don't have a world with seasons, so we'll just use one of the base game worlds. So, yeah, see you in the game. We are in Willow Creek, where we are going to build this a little house with 64 tiles. So it's not a huge house, so we will have to be careful with what we do with the tiles. But as you can see, it's still going to be, well, at least a 2-bedroom house. So yeah, we have room for a smaller little room that is going to be a kid's room, and also a bigger room that is going to be the parents' room. And I moved the house a little bit further to the front of the lot because I wanted to get some room in there for them to be outside. Since the house is so small, they might want to use a lot of their time hanging out in the back of the house or in their garden, where I will put a lot of different activities for the family to do. And the roof was kind of fiddly, as you will see. I'm fiddling a bit with the roof on the side here, trying to make it like a loaf and so on, but then it doesn't fit in the back. So I think, yeah, it's not finished if you think so. It's going to change again, because when I go to the back of the house, I can see that the roof is poking out a bit and it doesn't look that nice. But yeah, I think the end result comes out good. So I will remove that part, but first I was thinking that I need somewhere to get out at the back, but that didn't help my problem with the roof, so I still had to change that, even though I used some tiles to have a little back porch as well, which shrunk down the house for us, but that I'm fixing that by removing the walls between the two rooms in the middle and make it a one big open space instead. So yeah, this is the back, and this is the actual roofing that we're going with, and I think it kind of looks, I think it looks good actually. So yeah, I'm pleased with it, because roofing can be one of the hardest things to do sometimes. So you'll have to fiddle with it quite a bit sometimes to make it look good. So I went for the greenhouse after trying like every color, but green is my favorite color. So if Lil Sims's houses always comes out blue, mine comes out green, I would say. That's my absolute favorite color. And I paired it with these kind of warm toned brown doors and windows, and I think it looks good together. So just making some decorations like the flower boxes and so on, and we will come back to the outside later, just trying to figure out some lights and some doors to get inside the house. That's a good thing. And then I realized that the inside is quite small now, so I tear down that wall in the middle and make it one big place for the kitchen, the dining, and the living room area to go. So that is what we're inside doing now. So just tiling up the bathroom and picking out some wallpapers for the bedrooms, and then we are going to start with the kitchen living area. And I'm going to have the kitchen in the back, and that means that I have to change the position of the door a bit, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to fit the counters properly up on the back wall. So yeah, that's what you saw me do there, and that left us some room to get in a small kitchen. It's not a big kitchen, so there is still room to do everything. So you can prep your food, and there's a refrigerator and a stove and so on. But yeah, it's a tiny kitchen, but fully functional and kind of cute, if I might add. And we do need some lights in here, because there's quite dark right now, so just put up these little blinds and then put in some lights so that we can see what we're actually doing. And I chose some older looking fixtures, because I think this house is it's not like from the Victorian area, but it's an old house, and it's well taken care of, so there isn't a lot of torns and so on. But yeah, the windows and the doors haven't been replaced, and the kitchen is probably from like the late 70s, beginning of the 80s somewhere, and it's beginning to be in need of some repairs and so on. And I had to move the bathroom door, so it's just to the left as you enter, otherwise I wouldn't be able to fit that little TV. And I did really want a TV, because I couldn't fit a computer in this house, so I wanted something that they could use for amusement. And as you can see, you enter the house and you are right into the living room. And that is something that isn't a thing in Sweden, where I'm from, but I know in some countries it is. You enter and you're right into the living room. You don't have a proper entryway where you could hang off your clothes and so on like we do. So yeah, this house is probably not in Sweden, it's somewhere else in the world. Maybe in the United States, where I know that that's a thing. So we're into the bathroom, and it's quite a good sized bathroom for this small house. So I shoved the shower into the corner piece that we have there, so it's tucked away, and then we have some room for some shelves as well. So we will be putting in a little shelf in the corner. And that made me want to move the toilet a little bit, so that I would be certain that they could use it, and they can, so that's fine. It's no worries. I've tried it, and if you want to try it yourself, the house is up on the gallery, and my name there is HelenSimmar, just the same as my name is here on the channel, so you can find all of my builds there if you want to. And we are into the kids' bedroom, and this bedroom turns out to be my favorite room in the whole house. I think it's small and cozy, but still a lot of things for the little kid to do in there. So yeah, I think it turns out really cute. And I clutter up this shelf that I had to use instead of the big white and green drawers that I tried first, because it's really big, that one, so there wasn't room. And still not things that are let me start from the beginning. The room isn't made from fully new things, so I think they have scrambled up things. They went to the flea market and bought some things to be able to furnish this house, because yeah, this is their first little house that they have been able to buy, and well, most of their savings went to the house, so they didn't have a lot of money to spend on the renovation, which this house is in need of. So The parents moved into this bedroom and the wallpaper just had to stay. It wasn't their favorite and it doesn't really match their old furniture, but yeah, it's there for now, and I think this room also comes out quite cute. But yeah, the wallpaper is probably something that is on their list to do, to make a change for. But yeah, it's their first home. They are planning on living here for a while, and then they might want to, well, they could extend the house because it is quite a cute little house, so maybe they could extend it and make the rooms a little bit bigger. Well, this bedroom is actually a good sized bedroom, but the kids' bedroom is quite small. When they grow up and they want a bigger bed and so on, it's going to be a tight squeeze in there. So, and also if they want to have more kids, it's going to be tight. So yeah, they are moving in here, saving up their money to either extend or then buy a bigger house in the end. So just moving the windows up a bit to make it look more in place with the drawers, because they were sticking up quite a bit and I didn't want that. So I just maneuvered the windows a bit. And clutters are hard when you're in these kinds of builds where you're limited to a pack, because most of the packs have, yeah, they all have some sort of clutter, and base game has clutter, but we've gotten some good clutter packs lately, but yeah, like bathroom clutter and the everyday clutter kit, but that's not allowed to use in this one because it's just base game and seasons this time. So if you have those two, you can download this house and have all the things in there. So yeah, ignore the hedges. I thought I was going to do hedges and then a fence in the front, but I actually changed my mind because I wanted them to have some more privacy in the back. So I will move the hedges to the front of the building instead, and then use the hedges. The fence in the back. The hedges in the front, the fence in the back. So that's what we are doing right now, trying to switch up the places for the hedges and the fence instead, so they have an area in the back here where they can have some privacy. And I didn't want to use all of the lot because I didn't think that fit the vibe of the house as it is now, this small size. But there is room on this lot to expand the house, so that's an opportunity they have and you have if you want to download it and play in it. So we're doing some flower beds in the front here and trying to make it look like it's been there for a while. So they haven't done these flower beds either. It was there when they bought the house. So they have pretty much just moved into the house as it was, and they are trying to make it into their own as they go. As I said, when money comes in, they spend it on the house. So yeah, this is the cute little front, and I'm also going to put a little bird bath in the front so that they can have some lovely guests coming to spend some time in their front yard. And then we're on to the backyard, and here is where we put in a lot of more things. So first thing I wanted to do was to put in a little bit bigger space for dining, so they have a 4-seater at least in the back here, and also a little grill so that they can be outside grilling in the summer and so on, and spend their time out in nature instead of the cramped house. So that's what we're doing on this little patio area. And I also wanted the family to be able to grow their own vegetables, so there were some planters and also a little place for the kids to play. So there's a little kiddie pool, and there will also be some swings. And as you could see, I put on this decoration box on the back porch because that's something that came with season, so you can do your own holidays. So that was a cute little thing that you could add, and you could do Christmas and so on. And yeah, we're starting to come close to the house being finished, and in the end you could watch some shots of the house if you thought that it went too fast. And I hope you have a really, really lovely day, and I hope to see you next time. So bye bye everybody.
In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon.